How are you?
I'm good. How are you? It's so nice to meet you.
See you finally.
Tell you that I kind of found you, I guess, a year ago. You singing with Chen on your YouTube channel, and I
Right.
watched it. And I was like, I have to interview him at some point in my life, and like here we are. So it's a very full circle moment for me. So it's super cool to finally get to chat with you.
I'm very honored that you found out about me on YouTube. You know, that was very like a pleasant coincidence that me and Chen had the opportunity to collaborate together. Um, and yeah, it's surprising that you found out about me through that video. Did
Really?
you? Yeah.
I know I have a very large EXO fan following on my channel. So even when I posted about that I was getting to interview you, they were all really excited.
I'm getting a lot of supports from EXO-Ls as well. They're really kind.
Yeah,
Really, really
really,
kind.
really great people. I'm excited because I woke up this morning. Well, I guess yesterday morning, technically, because it's 2 a.m. here, but I woke up and saw that Broken Kaleidoscope is coming out.
Huh?
So
Yeah.
July 27th is going to be a really big day for you. Your first mini album. I like need to know everything. What's it going to sound like and all that good stuff.
Well, it's my very first mini album that I'm gonna be releasing, and Broken Kaleidoscope is actually a lengthy version with musics in it of the diary that I've been writing and posting on my Instagram, and it's basically really my personal diary that I kind of like navigated through musically, and it's going to be consisted of with like different genres of music,
Mm.
and I'm trying new things like new genre for this album, which I've never tried before. So I'm very nervous actually. I may sound a little calm, but I'm like, oh my god, this is like this is like
I was gonna say you sound like really calm right now for being nervous about coming
I'm
out with new genres on your EP.
it's a very new, how should I put it? Like new tryout for me.
Mm.
And I really can't tell how audience is gonna, how my fans are gonna react. Um, that's my worries and my wish that they like it, but I just don't know how it's gonna turn out.
Well, I was gonna ask you about that because I obviously listened to Escape many, many times before this interview, and that was definitely a different direction than kind of anything you've put out before.
Right.
So, are we gonna get more of like that, or are we gonna get? I just really want to know, obviously.
Well, to give you a bit of spoiler of the album, it's going to be uh similar but somewhat different. It's going to be like a song that has the genre of rock, pop, a bit of British music in it, and it's going to be very colorful.
Yeah, I know it's hard to for someone like you to pick album or pick songs to put on albums because it's kind of like choosing your favorite child, which obviously you're not supposed to do apparently. So how did you pick what you wanted? Did you have a lot? I'm sure you had a plethora of songs to kind of choose from for the EP. How did you pick what you wanted on there?
Well, for this EP, I wrote everything. So um, I initially wrote more than 5 songs. So this album's gonna be containing like 5 songs in total. And before I decided to work on an album, I wrote, I think, more than 8 songs. And I picked out the songs that showed my heart the best, you know, because I really, really, really wanted this album to be very personal, uh, and really wanted to let the audience know that I am stepping forward for myself and trying to be, emotionally get naked and see uh, how really like people react to it. And I just wanted to embrace myself as well. So I really picked out the songs that showed myself the best at that moment. at this present moment.
That's got to be so scary putting literally your heart on your sleeve out there for everyone and just hoping for the best and hoping everybody likes it. Are you, it's honestly, I don't know how you're as calm as you are appearing right now because I would be freaking out.
I am freaking out.
Like, this is me freaking out. I'm freaking out. I want to get more into kind of like the singer songwriting aspect of your life because you've written for such big names. You've written for EXO Chen, Sam Kim, NCT. Do you approach music differently if you're writing or producing for someone else rather than yourself?
There are two like simple facts. When I'm writing for the others, I'm really writing for the others. So it's not going to be about my story, it's about their stories. So I try to, erase myself when I'm working with the others and try to listen to them and see, where their heads at. And I try to write their diaries than my diary. So that's like the mind shift that I do like very often when I'm working with different artists. And for me, obviously, as you can tell from this album that I was describing, it's really about myself that only I can relate the best at the moment.
There's sometimes you're writing songs, right? And you don't know if they're going to be for other people. So do you ever have to like adjust the narrative or is it more so them doing that once they have your song?
Every artist that I'm working with, it's like it's case by case. So I mean, now with EXO Chen, at that time when I was writing song for him, I didn't know him personally. I was in LA, he was in Korea. So I thought, I listened to his stuff before, and I kind of try to imagine what would be best fitting song for him when I was working on the song. And obviously, they were looking for ballads. So it was at the time, it was my first tryout writing ballads. Because I was writing ballads for the first time, I was wishing that it had a bit of uniqueness that EXO type like ballad could have. So I tried to be a little different with that genre-wise, and then tried to match Chan's vocal. Uh, so yeah, I did a lot of guessing abroad when I was writing songs for EXO because I didn't have the opportunity to meet in person, but I would prefer meeting artists in person.
How many times do you rewrite a song?
I usually don't rewrite songs because oh no just
Wow.
no just because I mean I think the most like fresh idea is the initial ideas. Sometimes we think too much. I used to think too much on the melodies and writing songs, and I would rewrite things. But then it would never satisfy me. So I ended up choosing the very first line that I came up with always, and even like all my songs I did it all the time. So I kind of decided, hey, if I come up with the melody that's likable in the first place, I'm just gonna go with that.
I feel like you probably have a million voice notes on your phone with different ideas. Where do you keep all your
106.
ideas organized? Because I know I have a problem with that with all of my content. So I can only imagine being you.
Well, I do have like 376 voice notes, I think. I mean, that are on.
Just 376.
I counted it because I just wanted to see like how many voice notes I have. I mean, like, yeah, it's my habit.
Gone back and you're like, oh, this is a great idea. I should actually turn this into a song from like however many years ago or however long ago.
I did. I do it like from time to time, like actually often. Not for this album, but for example, there's a song called Tired. And the song I came up with that song like pretty like quickly, but I had this idea long time before. Like I had this voice notes saying like "Ooh, ooh, 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 ooh," and I'm like I found that out and I felt like, oh, maybe it would be really cool if I kind of like make this into like vocal synthesizer and process and see what I come up with. And then that's how it happened. And that voice notes, I think I did like 2 years ago.
They're deep in the depths of the voice notes of your phone.
Yeah, I think it was like number 14 or something.
Oh, we've got, however, I can't do math that well, but we've got that many left on your phone to go through and sort through. You've had an exciting couple of years, to say the least. Is there anything that you never thought you'd be able to accomplish, and now you're like, now I think we can achieve that. That'd be a cool goal.
Well, I think for me, the achievements that I've been accomplishing up until now, still, I think that it was like almost like miracles because I look back and I think, hey, if I didn't pick this direction, or like if I didn't write this melody, or if I didn't do this or that, none of this would have been, happening. So I feel like, wow, it's like if we turn back time and I go back in time and they ask me, hey, Nick, try to do this like one more time. I don't know if I can do it again. So for the future as well, I don't know if I can do things that I'm doing right now, like over and over and over again. But one thing that I do know and will try to do is just, keep going and keep writing. Because, back then, a few years ago, was just, I just wanted to write for myself as well. So I'll maybe keep that attitude and see where my life goes.
See what happens. It's so crazy. I definitely am one of those people that thinks about that as well. I'm like, what if I didn't meet this person, or what if I didn't start this thing or do this? Like, you never know where you would be. So, do you have any advice to any singer-songwriters that are, look up to you or trying to follow in your footsteps and are like, how do I do this? How do I get started? Or what do I need to do? Who should I talk to?
Oh my. Well, it's going to be very cliche, but cliche is cliche for a reason. I just wanted to tell him, like, don't look around, do your thing. Just know yourself first and then know what you want to do first. Because it's very easy to get lost if you look at people who are doing better than you at that time, and it can easily, depress you out of your dream. And it's just like for them, like for the people who are doing better than you, they must have had the past that you are in right now. Like it's similar as like the struggles that you have, and it's just so natural. And I just want to say, just go for it. Don't think too much. Um, just doing it. Like maybe like write a melody if you come up with something and then see where it leads. Um, just focus in that, because I remember when I was trying to write a song and then see like people who were doing better than I did. I was like, oh, but then I feel like that melody is better. Maybe I should like erase it and then like maybe I'll take a day or two off and then come back. Well, that's, you know, if I turn back in time, I would probably not do that. I would probably try to finish the song, whether the idea was bad or good. Because by doing that, you grow something, you know, which is your unseen ability, and um, then something that's showy. You know, if that makes any sense. So
It does
like,
make sense. I'm like so motivated right now. I'm like, yeah, you can do anything.
I mean, like for real, like there are things that you can grow. It's just unseen, and you get very like you get these question marks, thinking that am I growing or not? Yeah, by doing it, you are definitely growing. So maybe like I also want to tell people that trust in yourself, then trust in the process, then the outcome.
Hmm, that's a good one. I feel like stay in your lane, trust the process. Like that's really all you can do at this point.
Yeah, I know it's very cliche, but it's
But no, but it's true though. It's so true. And I feel like if anyone's learned anything over the past year and a half of, quarantine and this craziness of this world, it's that. It's like you've got to kind of just trust yourself and hope, that you're going to go in the right direction.
yeah, more than ever. I mean, like these, especially in Korea, like things are getting worse, the COVID-19, and I think the era has come that you really have to grow your trust in yourself a little more because things are limited. And I think we can use this time as the opportunity to really just like look into ourselves. Um, if I were people, I would try to do that. I always struggle doing it. I'm not perfect. Uh, like while I say this, if people ask me, "Oh, NIve, do you do the things that you just said like every now and often?" I say like, no,
You're
I
like,
try.
I try. I try to write in my gratitude journal and like write everything down and do all of that. But we're all human.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, we're people, we're human. We're not perfect. Stay grounded and try.
Literally, if you get anything from this interview, it's that stay grounded and just try, try your
Yeah,
best. You're
yeah.
you're super open and honest with your fans, and I always see you go on Instagram Live, and you're answering questions. How did you overcome? I know you kind of overcame the "I'm not good enough" feeling.
Mm.
How did you get through those tough times? And just like, I don't know, how do you get through those tough times of things not going how you wanted? We all, like we just said, we're all human. We all deal with that stuff.
Mm. If we give something, it's very natural in human nature that we want something in return, right? I kind of try to drift away from that concept. Um, for example, like I try so hard in a lot of things, and then I guess at the time I was wanting everything in return. While not being able to do that, I grew this insecurities um, that I'm not really good enough because I'm not getting the results and like things in return. Maybe I'm not good enough. Maybe even if I keep on going this lane, like try things, maybe things are not gonna go in my way, and maybe it's all because that I'm not good enough. And that thought led myself thinking that I'm not perfect. And it took me, I think, 10 years, maybe more than 10 years, to think that, yeah, I'm not perfect. you know, it is so natural that you're not perfect. Maybe I just wanted this perfection while imperfection is inevitable. And, and it's simple, but then it's very hard to embrace those feelings. And I try to embrace my insecurities by first writing songs for myself. People ask me, "Oh, if you try, you write songs that heal people. When did you start thinking of writing songs that heal people?" And I tell them, like, I know this is gonna be a little maybe disturbing or whatnot, but then I wrote songs to save myself first, and still I'm trying. Like Broken Kaleidoscope that I upload on my Instagram, Insta Live. I get people's questions and I answer in return to save myself first because I know what they're going through is literally what I'm going through as well. And I'm hoping that we grow this connections that lead people to think that they're not alone and it's okay really not to be perfect. Um, but, does it answer your question? I mean, I feel like
I'm just listening and I'm like, wow, this is, yes, like all of this. Watched so many of your lives and they've popped up, and I should be like sleeping, but I'm on Instagram because of course that's what I'm doing with my life. And then these questions are being asked. I'm like, wow, like if you take a step back, everyone's going through the same stuff, and
Right.
they're dealing with all the craziness in the world and their lives. And I mean, music, I always say, is something that it's the universal language. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing, and that's why I'm talking to you, to relate more and to help, your fans just connect more with you. So yeah, you definitely answered the question. And I mean, you're gonna just build that following even more and connect with your fans even more. And I can't wait for you to like tour and
Yeah.
actually be able to do what you're doing on Instagram Live in person. It's just gonna be so great.
Yeah, I mean, like music is the greatest tool that delivers the message. Because if you watch movie, it takes you a good 2 hours to 3 hours to finish it and then get some kind of emotions through it. Music in one song, longest could be 5 minutes, but then you get all sorts of emotions that are equally, you know,
Yeah.
that are equal to the emotions that you get out of watching movie. And I thought that was so powerful. And me, when I'm doing the live with my fans and people who are interested in me, I um, always tell them it's my therapy session for myself as well. By getting the questions that people throw at me, I also think that I'm not alone, because sometimes I get vulnerable and insecure as well. And I turn on live to also feel that I'm not alone. So it's really, that's the only obvious give and take that I'm doing with my fans on Insta Live.
Thank God for social media. That's all I have to say.
Like,
For reasons like this.
that's a good side of.
It's a good side of social media, yes. What is next for you? Obviously, Broken Kaleidoscope comes out, but let's say like 3 months in advance
Mm.
or in the future.
Mm. Well,
Without spilling too much information that like you're allowed to talk about.
yeah, no, I mean it's really what I'm doing is very also, like, I know I'm the artist and we have plans, but a lot of things are spontaneous as well. Um, I think I'm gonna be just like same writing songs, maybe like Broken Kaleidoscope version 2.
Ooh.
I mean, for me, doing the artistry and then writing songs are really, it's not, I don't do it because I have like somewhat like big purpose, like great messages. I just try to do it to save myself, and know I'll always need help. So maybe in 3 months, I'm probably gonna be in a situation where I need help. So I'm gonna be writing and doing the same thing. My dream is to be doing this until I die. So yeah, similar, thin and long. Yeah.
You're like, I'm just gonna write and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I know that's like it's a very risky mentioning, but like, yeah, I mean, yeah, we'll see what happens. Um, yeah, because nothing that I plan go in a way that I plan. That's what I learned.
All these little words of wisdom from this interview. I'm so happy that I got the chance to talk to you. I'm so excited for you for Broken Kaleidoscope to come out July 27th, right?
Yes, 6
Yeah.
p.m. KST.
All right. And where can everyone find you on social media? So go ahead, plug yourself.
At This Is NIve on Instagram. This is NIve Twitter. This is NIve YouTube. Very simple. It's very simple. So it's going to be easier for people to find out about myself. And yeah, I'll do my best to keep people, posted with what's on my mind. And thank you for being so kind through this interview. I really appreciate you.
Oh
Um,
my God, of course.
yeah, felt very comfortable talking with you.
Thank you. I'm glad. I hope we get to do it again soon. I hope, I get to talk to you throughout your career. It's gonna be great. And good luck with everything.